$10, $20, $30, $50 to acquire a customer. I don't pay that. I've never paid that, and I never will pay that because I believe there's enough hours in the day, there's enough will in my heart, there's enough try in my gut to get that done much cheaper. Hello guys, and welcome to the Invent With Me podcast, where each week we guide aspiring inventors and product creators to turn their innovative ideas into reality. Learn valuable tips, insights, and success stories from people roughing it in the field of inventing so that you yourself can make your mark in the world. I'm your host, Grant, inventor of TorkStrap, the killer new spring-loaded cargo strap. Strap so easy to use, you just pull. Welcome to episode 40, YouTube. I want to talk about YouTube today, if you hadn't picked up on that. Now, why do I want to talk about YouTube? I mention it all the time in passing. However, we've never hyper-focused on it or done an episode fully surrounding the importance of YouTube. So, rewinding back to, I think it was episode 37 with Elena, I explained to her, which she already knew, but I explained to you guys that YouTube is Google, Google is YouTube. Now, this is incredibly important to understand fully. Not only are they synonymous, Google literally owns YouTube. So if you win at the YouTube game, you win at the Google game. People search things and trust things and convert at a higher rate much more efficiently when they consume it via video. We can all relate to that, right? You scroll through your Amazon listing, you get the 5 images. If you're not convinced, sometimes image number 6 is actually a video. And that's much more convincing than any amount of words, text, pictures, whatever. Now, the tendency of inventors is to approach YouTube as a platform to film an infomercial for their product and in their mind play a fantasy reel of people seeing this infomercial type of video, being so enamored by it and impressed by it that they share it with all their friends and hitting viral fame off of a video you shot horizontally on your iPhone in your garage. And the reality is that never works. Unless your product literally turns water into wine in front of people's eyes, it's not going to catch on. Views come first. Sales are a byproduct of views. I'll give you an example. The National Football League. Okay, I'm not a sports guy, don't pretend to know anything about their marketing strategy, but it's pretty cut and dry. People love watching football. Let's televise it and put it on TV. Everyone's watching football. Oh, I have an idea. Let's let brands market on our network, on our fields, on our promotional material, and then we'll get paid. It didn't start with Tide cleaning products, right? Wanting to make a commercial and thinking, well, maybe we could get a lot of people to buy our product if we design a football team, build out a syndicated network, get men to play football against one another, and then run Tide commercials during the break. They didn't think that way, right? That'd be bass-ackwards. Well, you have to kind of think bass-ackwards in that sense, okay? You have to think about what's going to bring in viewers and how can I later convert them to sales? Now, in my opinion, this is done by picking a niche that coincides with your product. Now, I have not done this really successfully, I would say at all. I'm getting closer and closer and closer. I throw a lot of stuff at the wall with my YouTube channel. But when I started my YouTube channel, just like I explained to you guys, I said, all right, I'm going to put on a button-up shirt. I'm going to do my best impression of Billy Mays from the OxyClean commercials when I was a kid. I'm going to stand in front of a workbench with a perfect display of my product, how it works, why it's superior. I'm going to show it off. I'm going to hit the bullet points. I'm going to wrap it up in 60 seconds or less, put it on YouTube, and collect checks. So that's what I did. And look, the video just sucked. You know, like watching it then, I was like, yeah, this is a banger. This is cool. This shows that the product is better. But it just, I mean, from production value, it sucked. You know, the audio is bad. My iPhone was 8 feet away from me, and I was in a garage. You guys understand my mouth is 3 inches from a microphone right now. That's why it sounds the way it does. That's why you can build trust with me. When your iPhone microphone is 8 feet away in an echoey garage, people hear things almost before they see them. People will put up with bad video. They generally won't put up with bad audio. From there, okay, it's shot on an iPhone. Look, there's nothing wrong with that. The most viral videos in the world are shot on iPhones. It just has to be done in the right context. Christopher Nolan wouldn't whip out an iPhone to film a dolly shot of Batman entering the scene, right? There's a time and place for every different thing. Now, for example, if you're watching on YouTube, I'm shooting this on my Sony A6400. It's a little bit of a beefy mirrorless camera, right? It's a $1,000 camera with a decent lens on it. I chose that because I want to be sure that you guys understand or see or feel or hear that I take this very seriously, and I've put a lot of money into what I do and what I say. If I was shooting this on an iPhone and the audio was sounding like this, so yeah, so what you want to do is you want to get your TorkStrap, give it a yank. You understand what I'm telling you? You have to consider all these things. So I'm going on a tangent, and I don't know how I'm going to keep this episode on track because I'm really shooting from the hip. But what I want to do is go through. I have my YouTube pulled up on my phone. I'm just going to play the very first video I ever created, the very first promotion I ever created for TorkStrap. And I just want you guys to hear it. Obviously, this is a podcast. If you're watching on YouTube, you can see a little bit. Just hear it, and then we'll break down why this didn't work. And this is important because this is probably how you guys have shot or are about to shoot your first YouTube videos for your product. Here we go. Without a flexible portion in the strap, you simply can't gain momentum and lock it in at peak tension. That's the beauty of this product. All right, I got to stop it right there. Okay, so number one, the biggest takeaway I saw there was no confidence in my voice. I'm not an actor or anything. I'm not theatrically trained in any way. I've just learned after enough times watching myself, be extra. Okay, that's rule number one. Be extra on film. Why? No matter how extra you feel like you're being in that present moment or how goofy, silly you feel, when you watch it back, you're watching it back on a one-dimensional screen. What does that mean? That means it's going to reduce your enthusiasm by 50%. I got in front of that camera and I thought, if I'm just really serious and clear, do some hand gestures, if I shrug my eyebrows when I'm trying to get you to understand, right? None of that stuff translates. Now I've learned to articulate with my voice. Now I've learned to not say or so. I do my best. Now I've learned that if I want to convey empathy, I have to show that with my hands, right? I have to slow my voice. I have to take a pause to get you to understand those things. And again, I'm not perfect at it. I haven't joined any Toastmasters. I haven't had any time to really do a deep dive on my speaking, but that was the takeaway number one, okay, was my speaking back then was flat. Do not be flat. Be animated. Be extra. Watch TED Talks. Watch how a person approaches an audience on that stage. There's a statement. It's riveting. There's a pause. There's suspense. There's a point that you have noticed throughout your entire life, but nobody had said it this way, and it makes you think. There's another point that makes you think, man, this guy, he's leading me down a path. He might be telling me something I really need to know. And then there's a tail off into a story to put you in the mind frame, right? So there's a lot of ways to speak. My big recommendation is YouTube, look at how to be better at public speaking and be animated on that video. Now, the other problem I just identified with that video was the lighting was terrible. Lighting is not complicated. Lighting is 2 lights. Okay, if you're watching on YouTube right now, there's a big round light in front of me just above my eyebrow. Like if you could shoot a straight line out of my left eyebrow, that's where this light is, okay? It's called a key light. And then there's a rim light. It's just lights behind you shining down to give your head a nice gleam, a nice glisten. See how the light's just kind of bouncing off my head here? It separates me from my background. Very simple stuff. What was I doing back then? I was getting on Amazon. I was finding LED light panels, these little ones, for $39 for a 2-pack, putting them in front of me in no particular order, not spending money on a tripod to bring it up just a little bit because you want the light just a little bit above your head, almost hairline level and above. Just spend the extra money, get the right lighting. And then to solve that audio problem that I was talking about, the pingy, the echo, later I implemented a Rode wireless mic and I put it on my chest. Very simple mic. It can hook to your iPhone with some different cables. I think it definitely the receiver can hook into your iPhone. You just have to get a special cable. It'll plug right into your Sony camera if you opt to get that, or it will record right into the device and you can synchronize it on your editing software, whatever that may be. All right, so that was my first swing at a video, and the biggest problem with this video, again, just to remind you, this is... That is incredibly tight. To release, all you do is gently grab the tail... What do you hear happening here? I'm telling you what product I've made, I'm telling you how it works, and I'm telling you how it always stays tight. That's great when you're about to buy something and you need converted. That is not great for I'm on YouTube, it's 10 o'clock at night, and I'm looking for some stimulation before bed. No one's waking up in the morning thinking, I'm gonna watch a video to get me going. I'd love to watch a product information video. Right? Think about that. The views come first. The sales come second. Now, we're gonna get into that as we get further in my YouTube feed, but I wanna skip to another video because quickly, I learned that audio just sucked butts. So I got that Rode mic. I want you guys just to hear the difference in, I wouldn't say confidence in my voice, but the confidence that I instill in the audience just by having better audio. There are currently 3 main ways to secure cargo for average users. The first is bungee cords, which, in my opinion, should basically be registered lethal weapons. The second option is ratchet straps. All right, so the audio is much more clear. The microphone is definitely right by my mouth. That's pretty evident. That is going to make the user feel more connected. But what was I doing? I was still trying to sell, right? That video to this day has maybe 1,000 views. I posted it like 3 or 4 years ago, all right? 0 traction, 0 views. So audio quality is big. Production, all that stuff is important. But I want to remind you that people have millions and millions of views with simple iPhone videos, millions and millions of views with simple GoPro videos. Magnet fishing, okay? Magnet fishing is a great example. A guy sticks a GoPro on his head or even his iPhone on his head, takes a really powerful neodymium magnet, throws it into a pond, river, lake, stream, and reels it in, and he catches whatever is metal in that body of water. This required no microphone. This required no tripods. This required no key light, no rim light. This required none of these things. All it required was for him to have a riveting hook. Now, maybe you guys have seen videos like that. There's always a agenda, let's say, behind videos like that. Now, you may not know it, but that guy may be getting millions of views on these videos, have 1 million subscribers. At one point or another, he thought, dang, how am I going to monetize this? And he probably started selling his own neodymium fishing magnet. Now, the videos not only get views, but they lead people through his funnel. What if he had started the opposite way? What if he was in his garage, maybe he just got off work, he's a garbage truck driver, whatever. Got home from work, said, man, I really need to make some money. Maybe I'll start selling something. Gets on Google, sees neodymium magnets. I can buy them for $10 and sell them for $35 if I brand them right. No, that's not where he started. And to go a little further, maybe he would have thought, okay, I can make a good profit margin, so I need to sell them. So I'm going to get on YouTube. I'm going to stand in front of a table, and I'm going to show off how strong this magnet is and why it's better than the other magnets. That never would have worked. If he had started with the fishing, he would have got the views. Once you got the views, you got the customers. They're right where you want them to be. They're swimming in the top of your funnel. You just got to hit that flush button and bring them down to the website where you want them to convert. All right, so I want to go a little further up in my feed. 6 months to a year after the last video I played for you. And it wasn't an instant breakthrough. It's been a slow burn. Right now, the video is at 29,000 views, which for a cargo strap channel, I feel like I'm proud of that. That's my baby. And back then, it felt like a pretty simple, straightforward video. It's 5 minutes long. And the title of this video is Pull Straps, You're Doing It Wrong. Why these straps always come loose. Okay, so what I did here was I stopped trying to sell the TorkStrap. Now, there's still ways you can work your product into these videos, but don't be cheesy about it. Don't be salesy about it. Value, 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 value. So without further ado, I'm going to play a little bit of this video.
And today what we're going to be doing is taking an in-depth look at one of my favorite devices ever created, the cam buckle.
Okay, so what did I do different here? I didn't start off talking about a TorkStrap. I didn't start off saying, would you like something easier and safer and lighter and faster? No. I found a very specific subject in my niche, which is cam buckles. A device for straps, a type of strap that you just pull to use, right? I wondered what was the pain point, what would be something that the everyday person who has used that product, what title would they click on in relation to that product? Because I knew two things, I knew a few things for a fact, right? Anyone who's tried strapping something down or been in the off-road, been a mover, anything, they've come across the cam buckle, and when they used it, it failed to get tight, or at least it seemed like it did. It just didn't quite work right. Now, this is a throwaway issue. This is an issue that people go through. It's like when your toilet paper breaks. You don't call the company, blah, blah, blah. You just wad it up and you try better next time. It's the same with these cam buckles, but I wanted to really answer the question, why don't they get tight? So I made a 5-minute video explaining the issues with them, which was a natural segue into TorkStrap and how TorkStrap jumped on the benefits of that product and just made it work better, made it work right, made it work the way it was intended to work. So it was a fairly smooth segue, and it also gave value. So now I get views, and when they get to the end of the video, they get to hear my little pitch. Luckily, the year is 2021, and TorkStraps have arrived, and then I go into my spiel because I gave the value, I gave the street cred, I got the view, then I got to get the sale. Now, I've struggled. The year is now 2024, right? That video is 2 years old. I've done a lot of videos on how to strap things down on a ladder rack, what type of strap, how to use every strap under the sun. I did a video like that. I did a lot of work, and some have gone, some have not. What I always struggle with was finding something rinse and repeatable. That's why we're inventors. We don't want to go retail arbitrage and search for items every single day and then have to repeat the process and find new items. We want rinse and repeat processes. That's the benefit of what we do. We have 1 or 2 products. They work really well. We can order 100 of them, 1,000 of them, 1,000 of them. Man, I'm struggling today. Or 1,000,000 of them and sell them through. No difference if you sell 3 a day or 300 a day, rinse and repeat process. I want the same thing with my YouTube channel. I want to have 1 or 2 setups, 1 or 2 scenarios, sets, if you will, set them up, follow a formula, and know that I'm going to get views every single time. At the end of the day, we don't want to waste our time. I've thrown a lot of stuff at the wall. I got to tell you this one story. I was so obsessed with getting views and success on YouTube for a while, I completely lost the plot. I'll try to talk while I pull up this video because I got to let these stupid ads play. I really got to sign up for that YouTube Premium, but I just can't stomach it. I completely lost the plot. I was working with my guys, Dan and Steven, telling them, like, hey guys, I'm just going to focus on YouTube this week. I really want to figure out what's the formula, what makes things click on YouTube. So I started hyper analyzing Mr. Beast. And I wanted to see, for those of you who don't know who Mr. Beast is, okay, this guy named Jimmy Donaldson, he was just obsessed with YouTube at a young age. He was a gamer. He hopped on YouTube. He was just screen recording himself playing World of Warcraft or what have you, Minecraft. And he spent like 2 or 3 years just doing really off-the-wall stuff, not even really over-the-top stuff, just like, wow, you sat there and did that, like counting to 100,000, like a YouTube video of him literally counting to 100,000. Another time he said PewDiePie 10,000 times. My favorite one was he watched this video on loop, this Dance Till You're Dead, horrible YouTube video, song, music video, whatever it is. It's like a 20-second video. He watched it on loop for 10 hours straight. It was the funniest thing in the world when it finally, because you're watching this video, it's literally a 10-hour video. Do you understand what I'm telling you? So naturally, you skip to like the middle, the 3/4 mark, and the end, and the dude is just zombied out. And at the end of it, it finally stops, and he grabs his head, and he says the most obvious thing in the world. He goes, "Oh, I heard that way too many times." Like, yeah, I think you did. So that's Mr. Beast, right? Fast forward to today, he is the biggest YouTuber in the world, and he has gone above and beyond. And the reason he grew so much was because of data and analytics, retention, understanding what the audience was connecting with, and then just building on that every single day, every single week. He has a very specific formula in his videos, and I wanted to understand that formula. So I sat down for a week and I was studying the formula. How many cuts is there? How many sound effects? How many transitions? How many pops, snaps, blips, bleeps? And I said, hey, Grant, what the heck are you doing? Stop writing this down on a notebook, write it down in a script, and make a YouTube video about how to make YouTube videos like Mr. Beast, right? Because that answers everything. That will not only teach me how to make videos like he does, but the video I make may get hundreds of thousands, if not millions of views, because it will teach more people how to make videos like him. Now I'm going to play the first 30 seconds of the video that I created. And while I'm playing it, I want you guys to guess. Just take a wild guess. There's no way you would know the answer to this at this point. I didn't. But I want you to guess if this video did well or if this video did poorly. Here we go.
I'm going to spend the next 3 hours hyper-analyzing a Mr. Beast video so that you don't have to. In fact, if I did this properly, the editing of this video should already look like a Mr. Beast video. Insert dramatic pull away here. And to prove that it works, I'm going to dump a bucket of water on my butt every time you lose attention. By the end of this video, I'm going to summarize the secret method to making viral videos like Mr. Beast. Let's get started. I'm going to spend the next...
All right. So what do you think? Right? It caught your attention. It was fast paced. I did all the same cuts that Mr. Beast did. I did the same sound effects. I followed the same musical score that he does. I told you exactly what you were going to get. The second you click on the video, I told you exactly what was going to happen in the video, which satisfied the title. I put exactly 32 cuts in the first minute. I put exactly 4 sound effects in the first minute. I put exactly 3 glitch transitions in the first minute. I did exactly what Mr. Beast does and works and is proven to get millions of views. So, did it do well? 510 views. 510 views posted 2 months ago. What did I do wrong? I followed the formula. What? I don't get it. One word, people. Inauthentic. Inauthentic. Not only was it fundamentally inauthentic to just try to break down someone else's style. Fundamentally, that's inauthentic. And from a human standpoint, I looked like a poser. I looked desperate. I looked like I was clinging on to something. I looked obsessed, right? That makes people uncomfortable. Now, from an algorithmic standpoint, YouTube, from a numbers and analytical standpoint, YouTube does not like posers. Mr. Beast created something that worked for Mr. Beast. If it was as simple as repeating his process, every single video, mark my words, every single video on YouTube right now would just look like a Mr. Beast video because people would see the formula. Someone would crack the code like I tried to do, thinking I was smart. Someone would try to crack the code. They would broadcast this code as public information and say, as long as you put 32 cuts, 4 glitch transitions, announce the title in the first half second of starting the video, have a riveting hook, yell at the camera, as long as you do those 11 things, you will go viral. Then YouTube would be garbage. YouTube thrives on us being authentic. YouTube thrives on finding a personality, a personality that works for you. Oh, God. I spent a week and a couple days on that video. I thumbnail tested that video with my friends and family. I reached out to other filmmakers, people on YouTube, say, hey, could you just give this a look and tell me, where am I going with this? What's the direction here? Am I on to something? And everybody was a little bit too nice to me. No one quite knew what to make of what I was doing. In retrospect, I can see that now. The friends helped me pick the thumbnail that they thought would work best, but they were just being nice. There was no thumbnail that was going to work best in that scenario. It was just Grant being weird, doing weird Grant stuff in his garage, and I paid the price. I paid the price for not being authentic. So, all that to be said, I think I finally figured it out. Now, I'm no slouch when it comes to YouTube. We post shorts every single day. Shorts are okay. They don't drum in really a great audience. I mean, I think we've probably made a lot of money off shorts. I don't check the data, the conversions, but I've told you guys I post on all the short form platforms, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, every single day. Now I have Dan do it for me, but for 2 years straight, I did every single day. Well, 5 days a week. That's how I got all my sales. Very riveting, very compelling short form videos, which if you guys want to talk about that in another video, by all means. But I want to talk about YouTube long form videos today because those are evergreen. YouTube long form, long videos, right? The horizontal ones, the ones you turn your phone sideways for, you kick back and you really engage with, those are evergreen and those really build trust with people. So going back, I'm no slouch. I have 20, maybe 21,000 subscribers on YouTube, but the vast majority of that is from high engaging shorts. Those high engaging shorts, they're great. They fly high, they get a lot of views for a couple days, and then they're done. I mean, they are done. The internet is so vast, and these shorts platforms are so big, you can't even comprehend. They have so much content that you have to feed the beast every single day to stay relevant. Long form videos, there are YouTubers out there who post a video once a month and make an incredible living just off of AdSense, just off of partnership deals. Imagine if they had their own invention like you do. There is all the reason in the world to be on YouTube in long form. Videos exist. How many times have you come across a video that was 6 years old and still helped you? 8 years old and still helped you? 15 years old and still helped you? Son of a gun, I lost my train of thought. All right, so here it is. Here's my new spiel. Here's what TorkStrap is doing to get views. Long form. You see this thumbnail behind me? Yeah, over my head. You guys listening? I'm looking at a big thumbnail I made last week. Engineer versus hammer. Very clear thumbnail. Very apparent what you're going to get out of this particular video if you click on it, I think. The title of that video was, Can an Engineer Operate Basic Hand Tools? Are you interested? Now, here's what happened, okay? I had a friend over, and he wanted to understand how the strap worked. He wanted to be on the podcast. Well, Alfonso, right? Alfonso wanted to be on the podcast. I wanted him to be, rather. And he wanted to finally see how the TorkStrap worked. He was coming all the way from Spain. He wanted to see. I said, cool, I'll set up a little demo and we'll film it. That turned into this manhood test after I kind of obsessed over it a little bit more. And basically I said, all right, you're going to pound in these nails. You're going to operate a ratchet strap. Then you're going to operate a TorkStrap. And we filmed it. And then I just put it into Premiere. And I thought, well, I could just publish it, you know, the way it is. But maybe I'll edit it a little bit, make it jazzy and snappy. And I did. And lo and behold, it got views. It's at like 800 views. I posted it 4 or 5 days ago. It's at like 800 views, which for me, for a long form, that's really good. That tells me that in a year, it's going to be at 32,000 views. Now, even then you're saying, okay, well, great. In a year, that one video is going to be at 32,000 views. How many sales is that going to be? I don't know, a handful, but here's why I don't care. Here's the awesome part. I can shoot that manhood test in 10 minutes with anyone. All I need is a warm body. It will edit quickly. It will get views. And I can do it every single week. If I get ambitious, if I bring in help, if I pay a, production assistant, not a production. If I find a neighborhood friend and tell them to hold the camera, I'll give you $30 for every episode. Maybe I can do 2 episodes a week. Maybe I can do 3 episodes a week. Now, if I'm posting 3 episodes a week and they're all bangers, imagine what my YouTube channel is going to look like in a year. Have you ever made an investment that you feel really good about? Or maybe you're in your 30s and you guys bought a house before COVID. And now you're looking at it after COVID and you're like, pat me on the back. Damn, I really did good. That's how you're going to feel about your YouTube channel when you start pumping it with good long-form content that you can turn and burn, rinse and repeat. So I created this manhood challenge, and then I started obsessing over it. And then I built out, I revamped it, right? So now the challenge is pound in 3 nails. Now fish your wife's hair out of this clogged drain. I made this cool little transparent drain. It's funny to watch. Next, cut the impossible to cut master lock with these giant bolt cutters. Finally, break loose the thunder nuts. I have 3 huge nuts and bolts bolted into my desktop table. And then last, operate a ratchet strap and then operate a TorkStrap. I don't push the TorkStrap. I don't sell the TorkStrap. I don't put it in anyone's face. It's just the last thing that happens. And people understand this video is brought to you by TorkStrap. People understand that anything that they watch on YouTube, it's brought to you by someone. You can't watch anything. How many times do you... Speaking of which, speaking of interruptions, let me bring up the sponsor of today's episode. Today's episode is brought to you by TorkStrap. Faster, easier, and safer to use. Okay, right? I'm back. Don't worry. That was not an ad. But you get what I'm telling you. They go into this 30-second, sometimes minute and a half ad smack in the middle of your 10-minute video, messing with your funk. You got to fast forward. You fast forward too much, then you miss an important plot point. People understand that there's an agenda behind everything on YouTube, and your YouTube channel can be the same, but don't start with the sales. Don't make the video about selling your product. Make your video about the niche that your product sits in, and the sales will come later. Now, you're saying to yourself, yeah, but you got a cool cargo strap. You know, this is easy for you, blah, blah, blah. Let me tell you a little story. Let me tell you all the things that I thought and all the things I was told about content around my product. Cargo straps are not sexy. Cargo straps are hard to take a picture of. After all, they're 10 foot long and 1 inch wide. That doesn't quite fit into most iPhone photo frames, does it, people? Cargo straps are not funny. Cargo straps are not dramatic. They're not horrifying. They are a nothing sandwich. You'll never be able to make riveting content around cargo straps. Cargo straps are a tool. Cargo straps are disposable. They are a consumable product. There's no content to be made around cargo straps. I stand here before you today telling you that I have built an audience of 80,000, 90,000 followers on TikTok, 35,000 followers on Instagram, 60,000 followers on Facebook, 21,000 subscribers on YouTube off of a product that's hard to take pictures of, that's not sexy, that's not riveting, that's not horrifying, that is a nothing sandwich because I tried. So you're sitting there saying to yourself, yeah, but I have a plastic nozzle for applying caulking more smooth on windowsills. I'm just going to sell it to distributors and let them figure out how to sell it. No, it's your job to figure out how to sell it. How is a distributor ever going to take it on if you haven't given them the wherewithal to do so? If you haven't shown them the videos, if they haven't come across the videos organically themselves, how are they going to pick up your product? How are they ever going to care? Better known product always beats better product. You could have the best product in the world, but if it's not known, it's going to lose to the better known product. All right, so we've had a slew of guests with inventions on the show, and I wanted to use their products as examples so that you guys could go back in those episodes, understand what the products were, and then you can understand what I'm talking about now. But everybody I'm mentioning right now, I noticed one thing: they weren't active on YouTube. And why weren't they active on YouTube? They probably used the exact same excuses that I used about TorkStraps in the beginning, but they believed it and took it as fact. So the first product was the Magnet Pal. That was episode 16 with Craig McManus. All right. The Magnet Pal, small utilitarian 101 use magnet clip. Really cool product. Sells really well. Put it on the counter, display, what have you. Now, if you go and look at Craig's YouTube channel, no hate, Craig. You know this is my forte, and I know this is not yours, but that's why we're talking about it. If you look at his YouTube channel, it's some professionally, quote, professionally shot videos, very matter of fact, of the Magnet Pal. And it's 101 uses. You can use it here. You can use it there. You can do this. They can do that. Just like my crummy videos in the beginning, except they were shot with high production value, which sucks way worse because that video cost $10,000 to make, 831 views on YouTube, 6 years old, right? So here's my idea for Magnet Pal. Here's a YouTube channel idea for Magnet Pal. Monster Magnet Versus. Who wouldn't want to see a monster magnet smash through a grape? You know those giant neodymium magnets the size of a hockey puck? They literally come with like a red warning label on them. Like, do not operate without safety equipment. Monster Magnet Versus. Just like this thumbnail up above me here. Engineer versus hammer. You know you're going to get a dopamine hit if you click on that video. The versus thing, think about that, guys. If you're in a niche where you can do a versus, that is incredibly engaging and easy to do. So Monster Magnet versus grape. Monster Magnet versus pomegranate. Monster Magnet versus watermelon. You stick whatever fun to smush object you want between these two magnets and watch them go to work. Yeah, you're thinking, okay, great. So you smash a grape, so I'm supposed to get 1 million views. Be creative, damn it. Think about it. Expand on it. Shoot one. You'll find something when you shoot. I promise you, magic happens. Magic friggin' happens when you start doing stuff. You notice, man, that grape thing didn't quite work out, but at the last minute, I found I saw my cat's toy that squeaks, and I squished it and made a hilarious sound. Stuff happens, right? That's just a very vague example. Stuff happens when you put yourself out there. You discover things that work. The first video might not do that great. That's why you don't spend too much time on them. I have a pretty strict rule. If it's a short form video, I don't spend more than 10 minutes on it. If it's a long form video, I don't spend more than 2 days on it. I've learned from spending a week and a few days on a Mr. Beast knockoff video. I learned what is too much time to spend and what is too little time to spend. My recommendation, if you're making a long form video, don't spend more, and I don't mean 16 hours. I mean, shoot it on a Monday, finish the rest of your emails, finish whatever you're researching the rest of that day, and then on Tuesday, edit it. And then Tuesday afternoon, make your thumbnail and title and write the description and then publish it, right? Spend a couple days on it, post it, see what happens, read every comment. People say, well, that's not really accurate. You didn't do. You'll get more inspiration from the comments. It's a snowball effect. Monster Magnet Versus. I love that for him. If that was my product, that's what I would do, 100%. The other idea I had for Craig, garage hacks and storage tips. People love these little hack videos. 10 DIY home hacks. Did you know that if you take a water bottle and screw a hole in it and zippity-doo-dah with a purple Twinkie up your you-know-what, you can turn it into a power drill? These stupid, silly hacks, you have to be a little bit more resourceful, but you can find a lot of cool hacks to do, and Magnet Pal is just a backdrop. Magnet Pal is just the sponsor, the brought to you by. Now, somewhere in that video, maybe tip number 7, 9, 10, what have you, one of the tips is, hey, this is how you hang up your tools on the railing of your garage door frame. Your garage door frame's there anyway. You might as well hang some tools off of it. And then this is how you do it with the Magnet Pal. You don't say it. You don't push it. You just show very subtly. I would probably do that as a voiceless channel, just some text. All right, so next on the show was Trevor of Cydio Crate. I think he was episode 20. They have a really cool organization crate that's great for technicians, people in the film industry, healthcare, medical. Really strong organizing crate. It's like the milk crate taken to the next level. It's milk crate meets Humvee. Now, this is a tough one. These crates, they're for organizing and stacking. You may be saying that's not sexy. That's not photogenic. There's no subject matter there. This is just an ads game. We say we're better than milk crates. We say our price, and we throw ads in your face over and over and over again. And frankly, I think that's what Trevor's doing. I looked at their YouTube channel today. They have about 20 videos. You know, they've been in business for 5 years, 20 videos. And every single video was high production value with no views. Are you starting to see a trend here? High production value generally equals no views. High production values come as a necessity. Mr. Beast was starting on a Samsung phone. For 2 years, he shot on a Samsung phone. Finally, he was able to justify upgrading his equipment. And you know what he bought? He bought himself his first iPhone, a used iPhone from a pawn shop, okay? Upgrade your equipment as the content requires it. Now, if you look at a Mr. Beast production today, it has more cameras, it has more staff, it has more crew, it has more square footage, and a higher budget than almost every Hollywood film out there. Now, why does it work for him? Because over time, people have said, hey, I love this, but I really wish there was a camera angle on the guy going through the maze. I really wish there was like a solo cam, you know, that whole Fear Factor cam. Maybe they notice we really need to get the reactions of the audience members. So we need to mic each audience member up. You'll understand these things as they come. For now, you can do this very simply with an iPhone close to you. Hold the iPhone close on the wide angle lens. When you do the wide angle lens on your iPhone and you point it at yourself selfie style, you can bring the phone really close to your face, like a foot away. And now you're speaking directly into that microphone, getting killer audio. All right, so I digress. So that was his YouTube channel. I want to explain to you what I might do if Cydio Crate was my project, if I was the marketing company, or if I was just the inventor and I'm just trying to get the word out there without spending any money. We have time. We don't have money, most of us. Okay, so here's one idea for a YouTube channel. Oddly satisfying organization. This can be a ASMR type of thing. ASMR, right? Or oddly ASMR, oddly satisfying organization. This could be voiceless. This could be text only. This could just be hands. Open up a junk drawer in your kitchen. We all have it. Show what a ginormous watered up cords, batteries, pens, pencils, erasers, kids' papers you don't know what to do with, and make an oddly satisfying video of someone hyper obsessing over how to organize it into this crate and then store it in their garage or whatever it is. Okay, so oddly satisfying organization. Also maybe go with the ASMR approach. Try that once. The ASMR, it probably won't work. That's my weird idea because I'm goofy like that, but I'll try it. If ASMR doesn't work, just go with more of a in-your-face approach. Hey guys, today we're gonna be super organizing this junk drawer. If you wanna learn more, follow this channel for all your organizing needs. Now let's get started. Right? There's 100 ways you can do any one idea. The only thing that's separating you from success is trying 10 times more things than the other people will. What's gonna set you apart from other YouTube channels, other products, is trying 10 times harder. They're all gonna try it one way, maybe 3. Commit to just trying it 10 different ways and post it. Don't not post it. Post it on YouTube. You're going to learn. And you think, oh, but what if it doesn't get any views? Then I'll be embarrassed. Who are you embarrassed in front of? There's no views. No one knows. It's either not going to get discovered or it's... All right. Junk drawer, toolboxes. You can do this voiceless, right? So that's Trevor of Studio Crate. We can either do an oddly satisfying organization or we can do in-your-face type of organization. Moving on. Mighty Wallet, Terrence Kellerman, episode 24. Mighty Wallet is awesome. It's this wallet. He had this idea to make it out of Tyvek. Tyvek is a type of underlayment paper that goes on houses. It's weather resistant. Really cool stuff. It's made by DuPont. It's been around forever. And he just thought, what the heck? This is so durable and so inexpensive, so easy to come by. How about I just fold it up like origami and make it into wallets? And then I can print on it and custom designs, this, that, and the other. I didn't look up Terrence's YouTube channel, but I can pretty much guess. I know he's big about being mighty, mental awareness, self-confidence, self-esteem. So he's put out some stuff like that. I'm not going to get in. I mean, he should play into that. But if it was just somebody dumped Mighty Wallet on my plate, make a YouTube channel around it. Go. Do you think I'm going to get in front of the camera? Knowing what I know now, do you think I'm going to get in front of the camera and say, so Mighty Wallet is really strong. Watch me try to tear it. Not only that, it's only $19.95. But if you order online, you can subscribe and you can get a wallet every single year for a value of only $17.99. Let me show you how it opens. Let me show you how many pouches it has. And you lose. You lose the game of YouTube. Here's what I would do. Channel idea number 1. How much can $100 get you at fill in the blank? Now picture this YouTube. I'll pose here on YouTube, or I'll pose here on the thumbnail. Picture me holding up a wallet right in the camera's face and a $100 bill sticking out of it. Okay, there's your thumbnail. Bing. How much can $100 get you at the Chinese farmers market? Next video. How much can $100 get you at Walmart post-COVID versus pre-COVID? Next video. How much can $100 get you at a Renaissance fair? Next video. How much can $100 get you at an Apple store? How far can you stretch $100? Do you get what I'm saying here? It's very simply a money-themed YouTube channel. And every single time you get to put on the thumbnail your wallet. Before they've even started the video, you won. You're in their brain. You're in their ether. You're circling. You're there. Anything beyond that is just extra credit. The trust you build with the audience as you go, all this, that's all extra credit. And as you get better at it, as you film more videos, you'll realize, hey, at the 5-minute mark of this 7-minute video, I can always do a subtle plug. Don't be salesy. Don't say, yeah, I'm just going to pull out my Mighty Wallet and pay for this here transaction. No. But you ask them, you say, hey, do you guys sell a wallet that's as thin as this? I'm looking for something thinner. And then they take a look. You get them to look at the wallet, because whenever people look at his wallet, they're always like, this is so cool. What's this made of? You get genuine reactions when you hand people this wallet. Get some of those. Let it happen. People don't care. They understand. They're like, okay, well, he's doing this because of his wallet, but F it. He made a great video. Now I know exactly how much money, how far I can stretch $1 at a farmer's market with good negotiation skills. You gave the value. You got the views. Now you'll get the sales. I have one other idea for him. The Tyvek guy makes shirts, pants, hammocks, computer cases, pillows, beer koozies, daily planners, camera bags, giant umbrellas. The crazier, the better. Title of this video: does Tyvek make a good beer koozie? Does Tyvek make a good computer holder? can I really make a hammock out of Tyvek? Right? The guy's already got a sewing machine. He knows origami. He did all the work. He's got all the tools and that at his disposal. What else are you going to do today? I mean, yeah, I know you're running a business, you're busy, but if you didn't have to pay 20% marketing costs, because that's what we're all facing, 20% minimum cost to acquire a customer, right? That's the standard rate. That's considered doing good business. If I'm selling you a product for $100, you listener, you YouTube watcher right now, if I'm selling you a product for $100, not only did that product cost me $40, so now we're down to $60, but I also had to pay Facebook ads $20 to get that ad in front of the right amount of people before it found you who converted. Imagine what that $20 on every single transaction would mean to your bottom line. Now, I don't pay that much to acquire customers. A lot of people figure they're gonna spend at least 20, 30, 40% to acquire a customer. They're gonna spend $10, $20, $30, $50 to acquire a customer. I don't pay that. I've never paid that, and I never will pay that, because I believe there's enough hours in the day, there's enough will in my heart, there's enough try in my gut to get that done much cheaper. I would say on average, I probably pay 7% to acquire a customer. And how does that happen? That happens because first they saw me on YouTube for free. That didn't cost any money. They saw me on YouTube and that happened for free. Maybe they didn't buy that day, but it encouraged them to go to the website. And maybe on the website, I was out of stock that week and it just rubbed them the wrong way. And they didn't like that I was out of stock. But they're still thinking about it because they saw that YouTube video. And then they get hit with an ad. And then they say, oh yeah, that's right, that TorkStrap. What's the deal with that thing anyway? And they click on the ad and they buy right then. By contrast, if you're not on YouTube, if you're not on social media, if you're not putting yourself out there, here's the standard journey. You get on Google, you search for better, faster cargo strap. 3 or 4 sponsored listings come up. Maybe, just maybe, you click on TorkStrap. TorkStrap paid for that click. And then you look through it and you think, this was an ad. They shoved this in my face, and then you're turned off. So then the next day, because Google tracks and Facebook and all that, I don't want to get into it. The next day you see an ad on Facebook. You're like, son of a bitch, now they're following me around. And then 3 days later, you see an ad on Instagram. And you're like, God, these people, they tracked my data. They blah, 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 blah. And you got a sour taste in your mouth. And then Friday, you see another ad in Google and you're like, all right, screw it. Maybe I'll try it. And you go in and you buy the cheapest item with the mindset that if it doesn't make me happy, I'm going to leave a bad review. That's the standard pathway to a sale that most companies take, most inventors, most product people take, is that ugly, data-driven, forced sale. I want you guys to do it the opposite way. I want you to start with YouTube. I want you to start being funny, start being educational, start giving value. Education and entertainment, that's all YouTube is, education and entertainment. Do one or both of those things. I'm still trying to figure out education. How can I educate people every week with a good YouTube video around in the realm of outdoors, cargo straps, whatever. I'm still trying to figure that one out. But I think I figured out the entertainment. And the entertainment, that's a big ticket item, because whether you're into kayaking or you're into reading a book, at some point you want to be entertained on YouTube. The audience for entertainment is vast. An example is, this is an inventing podcast. The audience for inventing is small. It's not vast. So no matter how good I do, no matter how much I give to you guys, 100,000, 200,000, maybe 500,000 one day. That's it. Because it's not entertainment, it's more education. So I think I hit the education on the head. And look, I'm getting hoarse. These solo podcasts are tough, trying to fill the air with words every second for, I don't know, we're at an hour now. So I want to leave you guys with this. YouTube is Google. Google is YouTube. The views come first. The sales will come as a byproduct. This has been episode 40, guys. If you're watching on YouTube, be sure to like and subscribe. If you're listening, follow the show on whatever platform you may be on. And hey, join in on the Patreon. Some magic stuff is happening on the Discord channel. Just the other day, Sean popped into the Discord channel, said, "Hey, anybody had any success with a Shopify guy? I need to set up my Shopify store. I don't know how." And I said, "Dude, I got to be honest. I made my wife build mine. I feel bad. I don't know what to tell you. I haven't used anybody I could recommend." 3 hours later, what happens? Cliff from episode 30 jumps in. He goes, "Hey guys, check this out. Just hired this guy on Fiverr, $300. Here's his link. He did a killer job. Took very, very good direction. Didn't need any hand holding. Highly recommended." I tagged Sean. I said, "Hey, there you go, buddy. That's the magic of the community, right? That's just one small example. So jump in, hop into Patreon. You'll see the link in the description. That'll give you access to the Discord. You can also get one-on-one consultations with me every single month, 60 minutes every single month. You'll never have to wonder again. So happy inventing, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. And I'll see you on the next one.